All right, kids, we are back and we are in Tally's pen today. So we are doing some maintenance in here. As you can see, Tally girl's getting big. She is due in mid-August, August 20th, I'm pretty sure the date is. So we're gonna do a little maintenance in here. She's been in here for a while now. And as you can see, she has a very established wallow. And as you can also see, it is right next to her shelter. So right here is just a soupy mess. And I am the nervous dad and looking at everything going, she might go early, blah, 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 blah. So I don't think she's gonna go early. But I do wanna get everything prepped ahead of time. So what we are gonna do, I've got a big pile of wood chips over here my neighbor dropped off a little while ago. And I'm gonna start wheelbarrowing in a bunch of wood chips into this area. Just kind of build it up a little bit. We have tossed in over the time a bunch of hay, straw, wood chips and stuff like that. So it is built up in here, but there is definitely some puddles and stuff in here. Not a huge deal, but especially if she's bringing piglets in here or farrowing in here, I don't want them in the puddles. And also if I need to get in here to help her with farrowing, I don't want to be in the puddles. So we're going to go ahead, build this area up a little bit. And then we're also just going to do a bit of a farm update towards the end of this. So I am going to set you guys up. You're going to watch me shovel for a little bit, really fast, and get this done. So we'll see you guys in a second. All right, kids, so we are back in Tally's pen. So we got a couple, I think I did 4 loads of wood chips going into the shelter. It kind of, it works. It'll help for what we're doing. Helicopters? Is it the Russians? Oh shit. Nope, not the Russians. All right, we're good. That's a real low helicopter. If you guys don't hear from me in a week, you know why. So yeah, this will help build up the soil a little bit. I definitely put a little bit more in the shelter than on the ground outside. And also what I did was came over here, put this round bale in. This is actually a lot better quality round bale. It's just kind of mulchy. We decided that we weren't going to feed that out. So that will also help kind of build up this ground a little bit. And also in about a month, when she starts building a nest, she'll have everything right here. So actually a good talking point while I'm standing here in front of 2 separate round bales. That round bale, I'm pretty sure I put that in here when there was still snow on the ground. So the kind of rule of thumb when giving round bales, especially to cows, oh, look at that. In my little bit of parkour, I seem to have launched a piece of electric out. Well, that'll be fun. I'll fix that. Anyway, when you put a round bale in to a round bale feeder, you put it in horizontal. Thinking on it is that as they eat off it, the layers won't shed down as they go. And as you can see, they didn't. Again, this has been in here for months, and there's still a decent amount of this left. This was more just for kind of entertainment for them and stuff like that. But as you can see on this one, it's been in here for about 5 minutes. It's just already got half of it torn down, which is what I wanted. So that is going to be helpful with that. So other than that, I mean, this paddock's pretty good. Tally is not a destructive pig. I will say she can be destructive if she wants, but she has never been one to really just tear apart everything. I mean, you can see there's foot tall grass in here. She will eat this for sure. They do eat grass. Some of this taller, greener stuff over here, she'll try and get through the fence. But yeah, so this will be good entertainment for her. It'll be good bedding for her, and it'll kind of seed this soil a little bit as well. This is first cut hay from last year. So we will do that. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is head over to the piglets in a second, and we will kind of give a farm update. Things that are going on now, things are going to happen in the future. Quite a few changes going on. Some are good, some are bittersweet, but it is what it is. So we'll see you guys in a second. All right, so we're here in the pig pen, or the piglets. They're doing great. They're getting freaking huge. They're getting a lot more used to me being around and being close to them, which is awesome. These guys are freaking bulletproof. I love them. Cows are coming over because they just saw grain come out, so now they're pissed. So a lot has happened in the past couple weeks. I mean, not even weeks, just life on the farm. So we have made some changes. We are going to be making some changes. There's a lot of stuff going on. So these guys, they're doing great. They'll probably be going to that main paddock, the 3-acre one, probably about another 3 weeks. I want to get them a little bit bigger. They're pretty well trained on the electric. I'm not worried about that. I just want them a little bit bigger before they go in that pen. Tally, she is due, like I said, right around August 20th is kind of where I have it penciled in for her having her piglets. After she is gone, or after they are born and weaned, they'll come in here or stay in there. Depends on what we decide and how easy it's going to be. And Tally will be going in our freezer. We debated on whether or not to just try and find a Hereford boar or try and find another breed. We decided on, with all of the stress and craziness that goes into pig breeding, if I'm going to go through all of that, I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to do it with the genetics I want, how I want them. And her piglets this round will be a good catalyst or a good showing of what we want to do. If they came out fantastic and real hardy, real cold weather hardy, which is what I'm hoping for, which is why I'm breeding them the way I am, awesome. We already have it lined up with the farm that I got, that originally brought up Senor. They have his great granddaughter. So he is going to keep her out of the freezer this year, and we're going to do one more breeding to try and create another one. Create another boar with the genetics I'm looking for. He will be, pretty sure it'll be 3/4 Ossabach, 1/4 Mangalitsa. So a little bit different, but still, it'll be pretty damn close. So yeah, unfortunately, she'll be going in the freezer. She's a fantastic pig. I love her to death. We'll see how she is as a mom. the bloodline she comes from, they've been fantastic. The farm that I got her from, they've never had to assist in farrowing, and they're great moms. Oh, and to bounce back on that, we did miss Saturday's episode of Meet the Critters with Laura from Kenyon Acres. She will be coming on at some point this week. I have to figure it out. We had a power outage up here because of the heat, and our internet has been wonky ever since. So I'm trying to get that figured out, and we will have her coming up this week. But yes, so the other major thing is I have these guys already sold. So that means we won't have any pork for our freezer. Selling a sow is a little bit tougher. I don't care. She'll be delicious. It'll be fine. She's not overly fat, so I'm not too worried about that. And also I can use all the fat that she does have for deer this fall. It kind of is one of those things that kind of solves a lot of different problems that we have. Whereas we'll be able to put meat in our freezer. I'll be able to use her extra fat for deer season, for venison sausage and venison burger. And also, this will be my first year bringing a large quantity of pigs, hopefully, fingers crossed, through the winter. So not having to worry about an extra paddock that she needs to be in will be nice, and being able to put that feed towards them will be even nicer. More going into next year, we're probably going to end up getting a bigger batch of these guys, probably around 10 or 12, and buying them. It is what it is. It sucks that to have to keep buying piglets, but it's the name of the game. And we'll pick out the best gilts out of that and restart our program, because by then the boar will also be born. So we'll be able to raise him with them, separate him when he needs to be separated, but we'll be able to have everything that's right around the same age, and we're not going to have to worry about it. The other major thing, this is the bittersweet part. We will be getting rid of our cows. We're going to be selling them. I hopefully have a buyer for them already. I should hear back this week. And if not, we'll post them or find. And I know enough people that are buying cows that I'm not too worried about it. I love having them. They are absolutely great. They're my kind of zen. Being able to come out and watch the cows, they're fantastic. Unfortunately, I just don't have the finances for it right now. We already knew that it was going to be close financially, trying to make our money on them. This wind, you probably can't hear me worth a crap right now because I don't have a mic. Just financially, we can't afford to feed them over the winter. Coming into the summer, they have a massive pasture. I'm not too worried about it. They go through a round bale every couple weeks. It's not awful. But going into the winter, that's where it gets tough up here. I have a pretty good setup with one of my customers of bartering for hay, which works fantastic. But anyone who raises cows over the winter in a cold climate, it's way nicer to have a back stock of feed. It just makes life 1,000 times easier. I don't want to be driving once a week, an hour once a week. Well, technically it's 2 hours, both or there and back, to get hay. It's not convenient. It's not financially smart. And I'll be honest, this is my first year bringing a lot of pigs through the winter. And we've decided that these pigs are where we're going to be making most of our money. This is a financial and business decision more than it is anything. I love the cows, but like I said, they're mostly for me at this point. I love having them. They definitely will not be the last cows we ever have. That is for goddamn sure. But for right now, with the way of the world and the way of our finances, it's just not a very good feasible option. There are so many lessons to learn in farming that you don't really learn, but like people can tell you over and over again, but if you're like me, you don't really listen. You're like, yeah, that happens with you, but it's gonna be different. It's never different. It's not. But these are lessons you need to learn on your own. When someone looks at you and says, well, what's one more? What's one more cow? What's one more pig? You already have the infrastructure, you're already buying the feed, you already are doing the chores that you're doing. Those are all absolutely correct answers to that. But the main answer to what's one more is it's one more animal that is going to do all of those things that is adding to what you're doing. It all compounds. Chicken math does not translate to large animal livestock. You can get one more chicken. You're not going to notice. I guarantee it. You get one more cow, you're going to notice, and you're going to notice real quick. And I have definitely taken some liberties, and I have the ability to take some liberties because I have the shot. I can make the decision to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to process our sow after the piglets are weaned, because financially and this, that, and the other, it just makes more sense. Now I completely understand that to somebody who doesn't have a custom exempt butcher shop next to their house, they can't do that. They can't say, oh, I'm just going to process. I mean, you can. You absolutely can. You can go back and watch some of my videos on how to process pigs. But most people don't have that flexibility and luxury to say, well, I'm just going to get her processed and put her in the freezer. And that is a benefit, and I definitely take advantage of that when I can, but it's definitely gotten me into some corners because, oh, well, I have this. This is raising livestock and children have been a couple of the hardest things I've ever done. But also, like raising kids, it is the most rewarding. This lifestyle, just everything about it. It makes life harder, but it makes life easier because it gives you perspective. This is all a learning opportunity. And if you have someone in your area that is willing to mentor you and talk to you about it, suck up as much information as you can from that person. I'm not saying I'm that person for you. Again, I'm still fairly new at this. I'm just one of those people that tries to suck up all the information I can. But yeah, so those are some of the things that are going on here. Like I said, it's bittersweet, but I think it's going to open up a lot more opportunities for us. More than likely, what I'll end up doing is kind of putting 1 or 2 more lines of electric in this main paddock out here. And next year, I will probably try and get over my horrific fear of pigs on just electric and try to pasture pigs like that. Try to push them through this main pasture. Again, the cows have done a fantastic job of kind of rotating through this and bringing it back. It's almost unrecognizable, the growth in there from when we bought the place. It really is. But we, like I said, have made the decision to, no pun intended, go whole hog on pigs. With the turnaround and all of that, we're really putting money on it and seeing what happens. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is, and we'll make it through. But I appreciate you guys watching. If you've made it this far in, I haven't listened back to this, and it's been, of course, as soon as I sit down, it's been windy as hell. So I don't even know if any of this audio is good. So we will figure that out. But again, I want to thank you all for watching. Like I said, Laura will be on. If I don't have her on this week, she will be on next week. On Saturday, I have Troy from the Pasture Pig podcast and Red Tool House on YouTube. He will be coming on to talk about his farm. I was on the Pasture Pig podcast, got to be close to a year now. Or actually, no, it was probably January. Not close to a year. It was January. I was on his podcast a while ago. And he is fantastic, and I reached out, and he was very generous enough to come on my show. and listen to me ramble for an hour. So I am really looking forward to that. I am determined to get the internet situation fixed before that episode so we can do it right. And other than that, I think I have a beef I'm doing tomorrow that I don't know if I'm going to be filming a lot on or not. It's a bit of a smaller beef, more of a veal situation. It's not veal, but it was one of those cows that didn't really grow much, and the vets were like, yeah, I just eat it. It's a good looking beef, but we'll see what we'll do with that. I am determined to get 2 videos out this week. I only got 1 out last week because everything's just been crazy about here. But like I said, I appreciate you guys sitting down and hearing what I have to say. My little therapy session to myself, talking about everything that's going on here. It feels good to say it all out loud. So keep following along. Please like, subscribe, comment on the videos. If you guys want to see something or hear my opinion or how I handle something when it comes to meat processing, farming, livestock, put it in the comments. Please leave comments. These help me a crazy amount in the algorithms and stuff like that. And I love the interactions between me and the people watching. So I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time.